Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here. As of the recording of this, it is August 12th, 2020. The escalation, some would say the completion of a task that I embarked on 50 days ago. I weighed more than I do currently. After a 40, which this project was going to be 40 days, and I extended it to the now 50, and spoiler alert, it will continue from here. I am not at my target goal yet, but I'm feeling good. I promised an update, just to keep things flowing, keep the motivation going. There is a clipboard right over there next to the refrigerator that you can hear making quite a bit of noise. And generally when I am in town, I will hop on the scale, the same scale every time, write down what that number is based on what it was at the beginning, just to keep myself motivated. And I'm going to share, I have not stepped on it today. I'm going to share the moment, the 50-day weight progress right now. I'm inviting you, and I'm going to tell you what I've been doing. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you?
Of losing some weight.
This is me.
Dropping some pounds.
50 days ago.
A challenge I am presenting to myself.
It's always good to document this stuff.
And drastically reduce the amount of consumption that I have done.
Started back on June 24th, day one. I was at 282, made really good progress that first week. A lot of it being water weight. First week is usually the easiest if you really devote yourself to it. Then it gets a little harder. Alright, I gotta break out the scale now. See what the total is. I also should mention that I will be wearing pants, a belt, socks, exactly as it was on that day one. And it's a few hours into the morning, so I've been up for a little while. Probably would be a little lighter if right when you wake up and you're not wearing as many clothes, but I wanted to document this with the same weight of wardrobe on, including the belt, the socks, pants, t-shirt, as it was on that first day. So here goes. Here's the sheet. Here's the scale. Oh yeah, it's go time. Here goes nothing. $247.1. Okay, let's lead with the other foot now. Once it resets itself, go with this foot. 247.1. 247.1. All right. One more time. Go the best of three. And it's pretty accurate. 247.1. After 50 days, I am now 247.1 pounds. My eventual goal is to be at 220. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I think I can make it happen over 100 days, but let's not put this aside. This is an accomplishment. 247.1 pounds, starting at 282 back on June 24th. And you can see I still have half the page here. So I'm going to continue to 100 days. I will do another weigh-in at 100 days. And I will reach my target goal, stating this now, of 220 on day 100. So I've got 27.1 pounds to lose in the next 50 days. It's going to be tough. I might not have to be as dedicated as I have been and what I've been consuming, but I'm still going to eat very light to make that happen. Very light to make that happen. But let's not, like I said, let's not put this aside. I am really excited about this. This is a good day. Feeling good. looking better than I did. Man, this makes me happy. For posterity, 282.0 minus 247.1 equals 34.9 pounds total. 34.9 and 50. Let's call it 35. Actually, let's call it 34.9 because that's what it is. So let's take 50 days and divide it by 34.9, giving us an average of 1.43 pounds per day. Now, some days I lost more, some days I didn't lose any, some days I gained a little bit. But as an average, if you were to do an average on this per day over those 50 days, wait, that doesn't sound right. That wouldn't be right. Or would it be right? No, that wouldn't be right. I'm completely incorrect because that would be more. Okay, something's not right. Okay, I did it back. Gotta go this way. Gotta go 37. Okay, now this is it. 34.9 divided by 50. Okay, I never was a math wizard. Okay, this is more correct. 0.698. So let's call it 0.7. So 7/10 of a pound every day on average for 50 days to lose the weight I lost. Okay, well that was confusing. Now all the days I did not fill out were when I was in Florida. Did not want to go on a scale that was not the same. Wanted to be accurate and wait till I got back home. And you'll see over here as well, on my birthday, I was at 245.3, and I gained a little bit because, you know, I ate a couple meals that day. I kind of splurged a little bit in the calorie category. Plus, when I weighed myself that day on day 48, I just had shorts, no belt, and no socks on. So that could have added to it just a little bit as well. When I said splurged in the calorie department, it wasn't really anything extravagant. It was just a little more than I have been consuming. Coffee has been a big part of my regiment. Kind of curbs the appetite quite a bit. Very helpful. Usually a little bit of cream, a little bit of sugar. Not too much. Oh yeah, it's brewing up now. What have I been eating and drinking, consuming to make this happen? Now, before I go into it, let me preface by saying these are things that I do. They are what works for me. It might not work for you. It might not work for others. I've always said when you talk about certain subjects, you know, being a diet and weight loss is one of those subject matters that really gets the opinions flowing. And I understand that. This is what I have been doing. So keep that in mind. It might not work for you or to anyone else that you might be sharing this advice with. I have been skipping meals. I have been eating considerably less. Haven't really been counting calories, you know, to the T exactly, but I've been watching probably around, let's say 1,500, trying to go over 1,500 per day. There was one or two occasions where there were some things that happened that those days went over that into the 2,000 and 3,000 calorie mark, but that was very slim, no pun intended. Well, I'm not slim yet, but I'm hopefully getting there. Coffee, as I stated, kind of curbs my appetite. It kind of makes my stomach full and I don't get hungry. Now, I have never been a big breakfast time eater. Now, I love breakfast food. I love eggs and bacon and sausage, none of which I have had in the last couple of months, but I do like that. I don't really get hungry in the morning. I eat those foods for lunch or dinner, especially breakfast at night is very tasty. So what I do is I get up, drink a cup of coffee, maybe even a couple cups of coffee before noon, and I stay busy. Yesterday was the first day that I missed an upload on purpose. I skipped yesterday just to kind of decompress, to relax a little bit after my birthday, give myself a day off. And because of that, yesterday was difficult because I was not really busy. Now, I did run some errands, I did do a few things, but I was not busy filming, concentrating on a project, editing throughout the course of the day. My mind was elsewhere where I was not thinking about food so much. And I would say 9 times out of 10 over the course of this project for myself, I would not eat until about 7:30 at night. And it would be a salad with very, very small amount of dressing. Sometimes I would get other things on it, but usually it would just be the salad leaves, maybe some spinach, things like that. And then I would have a baked potato. I ate more baked potatoes in the last 50 days than I've probably eaten in the last 10 years of my life, and didn't put anything on them. No butter, no sour cream, no chives. Now I know a little bit of that does not hurt, but for me it is easier to just cut everything out, go 100% in on something for it to work, and that is what I have been doing. The difficult part was the theme parks. Going to Florida for the openings of Walt Disney World. 12 days I spent in those Disney parks. I had no churros. I had no sweets, with the exception of maybe a Dole Whip or 2. Ate no meals in the park. Now I did have 1 or 2 items at some of the resorts and some of the hotels, but I had the blinders on when I was walking through there. And let me tell you, I can eat some theme park food, but I said, heck it, if we're gonna do this, we gotta go all the way. You have to make that commitment. And I have discovered, they say that habit, once you develop the habit, it makes things a lot easier. A habit takes 30, 40, I can't remember what the quote is, but it takes over a month to develop a habit. And it has gotten a lot easier, especially, as I stated, when you're busy doing other things and food is not part of that. It's easy to just skip meals. Now, some will say, eat smaller portions, just eat throughout the course of the day, and I can respect that and appreciate it, and maybe I will try that when I reach the final goal that I have and get back into steady food flow. But for now, this is working for me. I am not a small portions type of guy. It is easier for me to drink water versus water with some sort of like sweet substitute in it, a flavoring. Because it gets my taste buds. Once my taste buds start going, it's game over. I will eat continuously. So a little sample meal is harder for me to have a nibble of something. Because once I taste that, once I get the taste on the tongue and in the lips, I want to eat a whole meal. I want to eat until I'm full. So if I just do other things and don't think about food, it works better for me. And I love temptation. I love being hungry and having others around me. I feed off of the challenge. I know it sounds a little crazy, but you have to want it. You have to want to do it. And that's why I waited so long to do this. Years. I had friends, acquaintances, family members that would always say, you need to lose some weight, or they'd hint at it in a nice way. Hey, we're doing a diet plan. You should join me, join us, shall you, on the diet plan. And I would say, now's not the time. But this has been the time. I'm not trying to be motivational to anyone out there that is thinking about doing this. But if you want to do this, if you would like to lose weight, I know nothing. I am not a self-proclaimed aficionado when it comes to having a weight loss diet program. They say, I don't know who they are, but they say, you have to make a lifestyle change. And I feel like that's what I am doing. I feel good. I have not had heartburn. I have not had acid reflux. It was a big part of my life the last few years. And let me tell you, in the last month and a half, maybe even not quite the last 50 days, but within a week of starting this, so let's say the last month and a half or more after I began this 50 days, I haven't had any of that. I have felt so good. So if it's something you would like to do, maybe look into what I have done if it works for you. If you have other options, try it. Give it a try. Maybe you'll feel better. Maybe you'll drop a couple pounds. I feel really good. And I have a long way to go. I have done this in the past where I started almost. Now, there was times when I thought what I am at now that I was completely overweight. And I still am overweight. Some would say more than others that I am on the level of weight that I should not be at. However, comparatively, I'm doing good. So 220 is where I want to be. Now, I have not been doing any push-ups. I have not been doing any sit-ups. I am waiting until I get down to what I need to start doing that. Now, some will say, I get it. You should be doing that during it. But I've just been doing cardio, riding the bike, doing a lot of walking, a heck of a lot of walking. So lots of cardio. And during, when I was at home doing the home vlogs, I was doing a lot of push-ups. I was taking the medicine ball and working out with that. But I've discovered if you do not change what you're consuming, really none of the working out is going to make you slimmer. It really is, for me, what I put in my face and what I shovel down into the stomach and what compresses itself into fat. This has been my opinions. Take it with a grain of salt. But you've seen the numbers. I feel it's a good day for me. That's going to do it for today. If you enjoyed this particular episode, give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know you care. And I'll see you in the next video. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe by doing so. It helps keep you in the loop and up to date on future uploads. Here on this channel, take it a step further and ring that notification bell. I will see you in the next video. The vlog. Man. Just 1 ounce, well, not 1 ounce, just 1.1 of a pound away from 35 pounds in 50 days. How cool is that? Pretty dang cool. It was a little bit of a struggle. It was a little bit of a struggle, but once the habit started going, once the normalcy of what I was doing kind of seeped into the brain and what I was doing before wasn't as commonplace, it worked out. And I got 50 more days. So in 50 more days from now, at 100 days, I will do another weigh-in. And I will, I assure you. I'm making the statement now, documenting this. The good thing about putting it on video, like I did 50 days ago, is I have to stick to it. What's the word? I'm drawing a blank on the word. But it is, you're documenting, you're putting it out there for all to see. And there's no turning back. You have to go for it. Or you could look back and say, I didn't do it. 220, coming for you in 50 days. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.